Now the fourth class of Jvzoo Masterclass is all about using Jvzoo. A lot of the stuff in today's class may be pretty basic type of information, but there is at least some parts of this class that are really important too. This is where we're going to be talking about things like getting approved to be an affiliate for a particular product, and things like getting review copies of the product, as well as doing some ongoing networking with other affiliates and vendors. There are a lot of benefits to going the extra step here with the way that I teach my particular strategy, as opposed to simply going straight to the Jvzoo website and filling out the form to request your affiliate link. You'll have a lot more success if you take my approach with it instead. So ultimately, your goal with this particular product, with this particular class, should be to end up getting approved for promoting Jvzoo products as an affiliate. And then you still want to be focusing on the ongoing networking as well. This is something you may start doing here in the beginning when you're first trying to get approved for a product, but then it's also something you would want to continue in the future. Essentially, every time you go out and you try to get approved for promoting one of these Jvzoo products as an affiliate, you can take that as an opportunity to network with the vendor of that particular product. You have to reach out to them to be able to give yourself a really good shot at getting approved as an affiliate, to be able to get things like the review copies or potentially to get bonus spots on their download page. And so by reaching out and connecting with them like this, you're already getting in contact with them. You're already starting up a conversation with them. And so it's kind of an initial introduction to that person. And you can really take advantage of this and try to continue not just a business relationship with those people, but try to become friends with them. Ultimately, there kind of is a bit of a secret high school type of society, if you will, in the marketing industry that nobody really realizes until you get deep into it. Now, it's not all immature like high school is, but what it's really about is marketers are more inclined to try to help out friends of theirs as opposed to just helping out some random stranger that has approached them. So we're going to be talking about this a little as we proceed through tonight's class as well, how you can take this opportunity to try to at least begin to build a relationship with some of these vendors, to kind of get yourself in with their little circles that they have. So to start with, I want to simply talk about some Jvzoo basics here. If you're not already a member, just simply go to the jvzoo.com website. There are two options to become a Jvzoo affiliate or a Jvzoo seller. You simply want to go through the Jvzoo affiliate application process. It's pretty simple to get started, but you do have to provide a valid phone number to actually be able to get through this. Once you get signed up and you can get into your account, the next thing that you really want to worry about is your payment profile. If you go to My Account and Payment Profiles, you'll reach the page that you see here on my screen. You need to at least set up one method of getting paid and I really recommend using PayPal for that purpose. You just click on the blue Configure Now button, and you provide your PayPal information. You have to actually sign into your PayPal account and provide some permissions for Jvzoo to be able to automatically handle those transactions. The wording, I guess, of that whole approval process with linking Jvzoo up to your PayPal account, it can be a little unsettling initially because you are kind of giving the Jvzoo website access to your PayPal account. However, this is really something that's only utilized in connection with the things that you are selling or the things that you are referring sales on the Jvzoo site. So you'll automatically get payments into your PayPal account. If a vendor processes a refund for a purchase that you referred as an affiliate and you already got the commission for that, then this system will automatically go and refund that money from your account as well. So if you refer a sale on a product and you get 50% of the payment and that person ends up getting a refund on it, then you simply have to give back your half of that sale. All this happens without you having to worry about it though. You just simply link up your PayPal account, and it's also important that you maintain some kind of a balance in your PayPal account once you start referring sales on products. Jvzoo recommends to keep about $100 in there. But obviously when you're first getting started and you're not referring any sales, or you're referring, just a handful of sales, you may not need to be leaving that much, at least in the very beginning. Now next up, one of the ongoing things that you will be utilizing on the Jvzoo website is simply to look at stats from your promotions. If you go to Affiliates and Affiliate Dashboard, this page is used to simply view stats for the current day or for any other given time period that you have selected. I recommend using this page as you are doing your promotions, especially when you are first getting started, to kind of get a feel for how well they're performing. You'll obviously be able to see how many actual sales you're getting, but more importantly, you'll be able to see stats like conversion rates. How much money are you actually making for every click that you send to that affiliate offer? As you do a number of different promotions and perhaps try out a couple of different tactics as you go through those promotions, you can simply go back and look at the stats from those and easily be able to tell which one performs better. What type of products do people respond to the most? Using this information, you can craft much better performing promotions simply going into the future. Now the next thing is to find products that you actually want to promote. I won't be hanging up on this particular subject for too long because I have actually gone through in an earlier class and shown you guys how to go about finding some of these products using the Jvzoo website itself, looking at the top selling products on the Jvzoo website, also looking at other sources such as Warrior Plus. There are sometimes completely different product launches going on the Warrior Plus website compared with Jvzoo. And then you have sites like Muncheye, which are launch calendars essentially, and they will usually have not necessarily all of the launches that are taking place, but a lot of times the largest launches that are going on a number of different networks, not just the Jvzoo network. Now finally, the JV pages. This is something I do want to point out to you as I go through here. When you're finding products, simply go to Affiliates and find Products. You can obviously sort by information such as the products that have sold the most, but when you are getting into doing these promotions and you start to build up a decent email list, you don't really want to be focusing on the old products. Ultimately, even though, say, this product here, Video Maker FX, the #1 selling product on Jvzoo ever, it sold 105,000 total sales on this product and products within the funnel for it. That doesn't necessarily mean, though, that you would get really great results by promoting this product, because so many people have purchased this thing already. You would ultimately have to find people that have basically never seen this product before. They would be your most likely ones to purchase one of these older products. But chances are, if somebody has joined your email newsletter through some type of a free bonus offer, or through essentially a lot of the other methods that I recommend for you to use to build your email list, like putting a bonus spot on a launch or something, the emails that you end up getting, you're usually not the only person that has that email. There are usually other marketers that have those same exact people on your list. And so when you start to consider this, you will do the best by promoting the brand new stuff. You certainly can do sales on old products. Once again, you just usually will not do as well for every email or for every click that you are sending to those offers. So if you look at this list of products sorted by the launch date, you can see what is in a pre-launch state. These are the ones that are going to be upcoming launches, the things that have not actually taken place yet, but you could try to get on board early on any of these launches, get a review copy, put together a well thought out promotion for them, and then be ready to promote these products the exact moment that they go live to the public. That way, when you send traffic to that offer, there is a much, much better chance that the traffic you are sending to it has never seen that product before. As time goes on and more marketers promote a product, though, then you simply have less eyeballs that you're able to put on it that have never seen it before, and it becomes slowly harder and harder to actually refer sales. So when you're looking for a product to promote, you can obviously be viewing this main page here, and you could simply click on the request button for one of them. This is going to bring you to the page that you see here on my screen. This ultimately is where you will fill out a form to request permission to promote a product. However, I highly urge that you do not go this direct route. Take a little bit of extra time and effort to take a different approach. What we are looking for at this point, before we ever submit this affiliate request, is we are looking for that JV page that I was talking about not long ago. In a lot of cases, when you go to the offer page like this, you will typically see additional text included here that is unique to this particular product. On this page, I'm actually not seeing any at the moment. There could be a reason for this, though. Sometimes a product will have multiple listings. This one here has a basic, a professional, and a core edition. So I may need to look at more than one of them to try to find the information I'm looking for. You can see on this one and this one, there is extra information here that goes along with this affiliate request page. On this one here, this is essentially your JV page, or at least the lead into it. This is kind of the information that you are looking for on a launch. And if you hover over this button here, you can see it is going to a JV page. So this is what you're looking to find on any product that you are considering to promote. You want to get to this particular JV page. Sometimes it will be through a button all the way down at the bottom, like this particular one. Other times it may just be a simple text link, such as this one, that might take you to the page. If you notice though, sometimes vendors, they will basically reuse their same templates for launches that they do. This particular listing for this core edition, it's for a product called Leads Flow Pro, but the JV page is actually going to a launch for something called WP Blog Rocket. So this obviously is not connected up correctly. This other listing was though. This brought me to the actual Leads Flow Pro JV page. So when you find this JV page, this is going to give you a number of different important pieces of information. And that's what I want to talk to you about next here. A lot of this stuff, contacting the vendor privately, requesting a review copy, and ultimately just being able to check out the product a little bit, a lot of that can be done through this JV page. You'll find out when the launch is actually going to be taking place. So I can see on this product that it's going to be launching on July the 19th at 11 a.m. That is roughly 3 days or so away from now. Going a little further down the page, I also see that there is a JV contest going on. This type of thing is pretty common among at least decent sized launches that are taking place on both Jvzoo and Warrior Plus. Vendors of the product will often hold a JV contest where the people that can essentially refer the most sales end up taking home not only their commissions, but they also get to take home these additional prizes, which are typically cash prizes. So you get to make even more from your promotion if you are one of the top performing affiliates. Now obviously when you are just getting started, you're probably not going to be ranking on any of these JV contests, and that is quite okay. But as you build up your audience and you begin to be able to refer more and more sales on launches that you promote, you will find that you start to at least get into the bottom of these contest leaderboards. Now, yeah, that's a good question, Jean-Claude. Bragging rights here. This is something that a lot of JV contests will talk about. Bragging rights, it's nothing real or concrete that you actually win with the bragging rights, but the point of talking about this is simply that when you win one of these JV contests, or even if you rank pretty high up on the leaderboard, you're not only winning this extra cash money, but these launches, they usually have a place for you to sign up. Sometimes it's right here in the top box where you'll enter in your email address to be able to join their launch list. I'm actually not seeing anything on this page having to do with that though, which is a little surprising. It might be because I'm already on this guy's list potentially. Usually it'll be included right up here, a little email sign-up box. Most marketers at least, will not spam you. They'll just send you information about this launch. They'll send you updates on the leaderboard for the launch so you can see who is doing the best. And also so you can see where you might be ranking within that. And then ultimately they'll keep you updated on future launches that are going to be taking place. So you might be able to get notified by email before you ever see a product showing up on the Jvzoo website. You might know that a certain vendor is going to be releasing a course on a particular date because they keep you notified through that email list. So that email list is full of other marketers and other vendors. And people gun for these top spots in the JV contest. The bragging rights is simply to be able to say that I won. You get kind of the top recognition from a launch. Your name gets featured whenever these JV emails are going out from the list that you sign up for. And so other people begin to see your name. Other people begin to seek you out for promoting their product launches. This gets you into a position where basically once you start ranking well in these leaderboards, you get some good sales stats behind you, you'll get to the point where you can get approved to promote any product you want to. You can get a review copy before the launch happens for any product you want to. And a lot of times you can even request bonus spots on pretty much any launch that you want to as well, as long as that's something that the vendor is actually offering. So you're just building a name for yourself with doing these affiliate promotions. So that's really what the bragging rights is all about. It's nothing concrete, but it can help you as time goes on to help other vendors to become aware of who you are, to realize, hey, we want this guy to be promoting our launch for us because he can deliver a lot of sales. So on certain launches, like this one, first prize of $5,000, that's some major money to get alongside of whatever else you're going to earn in commissions. Obviously, to earn first place in a contest, you're going to have to refer a lot of sales. You typically will have to refer over 100 sales to be able to win first place. And in some cases, you may even have to refer multiple hundreds of sales to really be able to have a shot at first place. So it's not something that you'll necessarily be gunning for anytime soon. It might be a year from now that you're really in contention for some of the top spots on a JV contest. But it's still something to keep in mind. It's still something to try to essentially pursue for. And in a lot of ways, it can be good to kind of monitor these launches that are taking places and the leaderboards that are being released for them, because you can also gauge the other people in your industry, in your particular niche. Who are the powerful people? Who could really send a lot of sales? If, say, down the line you wanted to become a vendor and try to release your own product or something like that. You can also see the reciprocal mailings that are mentioned here. Usually, if you can make an impression on one of these vendors and win one of their top spots on their particular launch, they're usually going to be more than happy to return the favor if you ever want to launch a product of your own. So these reciprocal mailings simply mean that when you have a launch that comes around, if you get in the top 3 spots of his launch, he will return the favor and mail his people for you. So in a lot of ways, that kind of indicates the basis of kind of that inner circle friendship that I was talking about before, where a lot of these vendors are kind of in a situation where they run their business with you scratch my back, I scratch yours. So once you can kind of send enough sales to one of these vendors to really get yourself noticed by them, they're a lot more inclined to want to talk to you, to want to work out different kinds of deals with you, to be able to return promotions if you ever want to start selling things. So there's a lot more at stake here than just the money, obviously, even though the money can definitely be beneficial. In addition to that kind of basic information, this JV page will also essentially be trying to sell you on promoting this product. Some of these pages are very straightforward and, give you the information you're really looking for. Other JV pages essentially act like a sales page to try to talk you into doing that promotion. So if you do see them getting, really heavy and marketing and different types of persuasion tactics, do try to look past that. You're ultimately here trying to figure out, what is this product, what does it do, and how can it benefit my audience? You want to figure that out so you can figure out whether or not you want to actually promote this product to your customers. So sometimes they'll give you some pretty decent information about the actual product itself. There might be a video or something to go with it. You can also usually find certain things that they specifically prohibit you from doing. This is a pretty common group of statements that you will see showing up on this page. One of these things, winners must submit a W-9 or W-8 in order to get paid. This is important to remember. Anything you are making on Jvzoo, or even through these Jvzoo affiliate contests, these cash prizes, it is going to be taxable income. This income does get reported to the government. So, you're running a full-fledged legitimate business here, and all this money gets tracked. You will end up having to pay taxes on income just like you would from a normal job. So do be sure to keep that in mind. I'd recommend setting aside about 20% of your net profits and just hold it until tax time comes around. Find out if you're going to have to pay that money out or not. Make sure you're recording all of the expenses with your business so you can be sure to deduct those as well. And that's, what you take to your tax guy, and he will let you know what, if anything, you need to pay. That way you have some built up cash to be able to pay these expenses. When you're first getting started and you might only make a couple $1,000s or something, it's not going to be a big deal. You get to the point where I am and you might be making a couple $100,000 a year on Jvzoo or other affiliate networks, then it becomes a pretty big deal. You don't want to have to come up with $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 overnight to send off to Uncle Sam. So it's important to, as you grow, keep that in mind, that the taxes will end up coming around eventually. Now, one of the things I had mentioned before with getting your affiliate link approved has to do with contacting the vendor privately. This also leads you into networking with those vendors. At the bottom of the JV page, on almost all of these JV pages that you will find, you're going to see something pretty similar to what you see right here. where you see pictures of the people that are involved in the launch, and then they provide you with contact information for those people. Even if they provide an email option, I really recommend to go for Skype or Facebook instead. Whichever one of these you like the best, or perhaps whichever one you might be already using on a daily basis, that's quite okay. Pick, whichever one you really prefer. I tend to do most of my networking with other vendors on Skype, even though there is quite a few people that may not use Skype at all and they may only do Facebook. I just tend to spend more time on Skype. I'm really not a big Facebook guy. So personally, I end up trying to contact people via Skype. So first off, you want to add them as a friend or a contact on whichever service you prefer. Once you have them as a friend, then you want to send them a simple message. And you may be able to go ahead and send this message along with your contact request. Like on Skype, for example, there's a nice place where you can put in a short message along with your request so people kind of realize why you are requesting to add them to your contact list. On Facebook, it seems to be a little more complicated. You can go ahead and add them as a friend. You can go ahead and send a message to them, but Facebook tends to send messages of non-friends to a separate folder, and a lot of times people never see those messages. So if you are going to use Facebook, I would recommend send the friend request first, wait until it gets accepted, and then send them a private message. On Skype, though, you can go ahead and include your message in that initial contact request. This is essentially what you want to be saying. And I'll provide you guys with this text file that you see here in the members area. So you can essentially just copy and edit these statements and use them for your own messages. What you want to say when you contact them is basically this. Hi, vendor name. So let's say I'm contacting Sean. Hi, Sean. I saw your upcoming launch for Leads Flow Pro, and I think it is something that my customers would benefit from using. I was wondering if I could get a review copy to help me with my promotion. I would like to create a custom training course to help my customers apply your product, which I'll be offering to them as a bonus. Thank you for your time. Ryan Stevenson. It's really that simple. You're doing this, once again, before you ever submit an affiliate request on the actual Jvzoo website. I'm talking about this box right here. Do not fill out this box and click on this button until you have contacted this person privately. Send them this message. Go ahead and get a review copy of the product before you ever still request your affiliate link for that product. Once you have gotten them to engage in conversation with you and to perhaps go ahead and send you that review copy, then you could go through with submitting this affiliate request. In that case, you really only have to do something pretty short and sweet and to the point. Hi, Sean. I talked with you via Skype, for example. Thanks again, Ryan Stevenson. You don't have to really explain yourself in this affiliate request. You're no longer just a name in a sea of names if you contacted them privately ahead of time. Then they kind of know who you are already. They know what your plans are with your promotion. If they ask you, if they want to know how you're going to be going about promoting, give them information about it. Let them know you have an email newsletter list that you're going to be promoting to. You're going to be, you've already mentioned the bonus information within your initial message to them, so you shouldn't have to reiterate that. Also, at least note what kind of a message they include for affiliates here. You will typically see something like this. Due to high amount of fraud for instant payments, if you have under 200 sales, please describe briefly how you intend to promote Leads Flow Pro. Here's the part though, a lot of people get hung up on, oh, well, I haven't referred 200 sales yet. How am I ever going to get approved for this product? This is how you're going to get approved for the product, unless you have an existing relationship with us. This is why you contact them privately. This is why you let them get to know you a little bit before you ever submit your affiliate request. This goes a long, long way, especially if you are a brand new affiliate. You may, in your first couple of attempts, you may end up getting approved, but you may be put on delayed payments if you have very, very low sales records to go on as an affiliate. When somebody clicks on this request affiliate approval button and their request is sent off to the vendor, I'll show you what they're going to see on the other end. This is what they're going to see. They're going to know roughly how many sales you have had as a Jvzoo affiliate. They're going to know what your refund rate is as a Jvzoo affiliate. They're also going to know how long you have been a member for as a Jvzoo affiliate. If you include a note along with it, this is the information you're typing into this box right here. They're really only going to see it if they hover over this little note icon off to the side. So this is basically what they have to go by. They get to find out what your sales stats are, at least in general, and they get to find out how long you've been around for, and essentially what country you live in. A lot of times, being in particular countries, like the United States, for example, will at least get you the benefit of the doubt in a lot of cases. Whereas there are a lot of Asian countries, by comparison, where people tend to be a little more picky about those affiliates. They scrutinize them a little bit more. The reason why is because most of the scammers, the fraud that this guy refers to, fraud for instant payments, this is not all the time, but most of the time taking place from people that live in usually countries in the Asia area. There are, though, people from essentially any country that will do this type of thing, and so it is something that people watch out for. So what exactly is going on with this fraud? By understanding that, it's also a little easier to even protect yourself from it in the future, or to at least understand where vendors are coming from if they do have to try to put you on delayed payments for a little while. This fraud that is taking place happens when somebody gets approved for instant commissions. You can see here with these affiliate requests, there is an all, an instant, a delayed, and a deny button. By clicking on all, I would approve the person for instant payments, not only for this launch, but for all future launches. This puts them on auto approve for my launches for now, until perhaps I remove them from that list if I wanted to. If I click on instant, it's going to put them on instant payments for this one launch only. If I click on delayed, it's going to put them on delayed payments for this one launch only. And if I click on deny, it's going to just simply deny their affiliate request. So if you get approved, you're either going to get approved for delayed payments or instant payments. Instant payments is what you want to be getting because this is where you refer a sale, and as soon as that sale takes place, you're automatically going to receive your portion of the commission via a PayPal payment. With delayed payments, though, you have to wait potentially as long as 60 days to actually receive your money. This delayed system was essentially set up to protect against these scammers. What they do is they get approved as an affiliate. If they can get put on instant payments, they can then go and refer themselves as a sale, and sometimes even continue over and over and over again completing a sale through their own affiliate account. Then they get the commission for those sales. Then they empty out their PayPal account and just simply issue chargebacks for everything. When those PayPal accounts that they use are set up fraudulently, then PayPal has no way to go after them. And ultimately, the person that ends up getting the bad end of the deal is the vendor. The vendor not only has to cover the refund amount, they also get charged a fee for the chargeback, and they also lost the affiliate commission out of their pocket. So you can see why a vendor would be pretty careful about who they approve. And this again should help you to understand why you need to go that extra mile and get in contact with these people privately. Let them know you're a real person. Let them be able to see who you are. Let them get to know a little bit about you, about how you're going to go about promoting. And even if you don't have much in the way of sales records as a Jvzoo affiliate, you stand a much, much better chance of getting approved and even potentially getting on instant payments if you can simply help them to realize that you are not one of these scammers. In some cases, I may be able to help you with this type of thing. I don't know all Jvzoo vendors, but I do know at least some of them. If there's somebody that you're trying to get approved for, maybe they approve you, but they put you on delayed payments, but you would really, really like to be able to, put a lot of effort into that promotion and to have instant payments from it. Try contacting me about it and let me know who the vendor is. If I have any kind of a relationship with them already, I might be able to say, hey, this is a customer of mine. You don't have to worry about them doing any kind of a chargeback scam. They're learning from me. They're genuinely building an audience and going to be doing a valid promotion on this product. And 9 times out of 10, if not more, they would be happy to put someone on, instant payments by simply knowing that they're not going to be suffering from a situation like this. So, while you're at it, when you are contacting the person and engaging in dialogue with them to get a review copy of the product is usually, what I am leading off with, and then going into getting actually approved for the product. This is also a good opportunity if you're going to be going for it to request a bonus spot on their launch. A lot of times, a vendor will be much more inclined to give you a bonus spot if you do have sales power. So at least in the very, very beginning, if you have 0 Jvzoo affiliate sales, you may not want to go for the bonus spots right away. At least wait to get some kind of sales to back you up. But if you do want to try for bonus spots right off the bat anyways, simply request those bonus spots before you go through and submit your affiliate request. Once you have done this, as I showed you, they're going to know what your sales stats are right off the bat. So up until that point, they really only have the impression that you give off when you are contacting them privately to go by. And at least some of them may be willing to give you a bonus spot by simply viewing you as a high quality affiliate because you're asking for a review copy, because you're planning on putting together a custom bonus that was made specifically for their product. I'm a vendor on Jvzoo. I really appreciate affiliates that go the extra mile and do those types of things. And I'm more inclined to give those types of affiliates a bonus spot on my own launches as well. And I would certainly consider giving that spot to an affiliate that had less sales power simply because they were going to be putting more effort into my launch. It's also a way for a vendor to kind of help build some loyalty among their affiliates. That bonus spot is kind of a way for them to give back to them, essentially. The next thing I want to talk to you about is a couple of essential Jvzoo features. The first of these is going to be a bonus offer. Once you have gotten approval for an affiliate product, you have this additional box on this same page here for that product where you can add a bonus onto it. If you're creating your own videos, say, to go along with this product, maybe you create a couple of little tutorial videos for your customers and you're offering those as a bonus for people that purchase this product, this is where you load that bonus up. You just simply build a page on your own website that will deliver those videos. This can be a pretty simple and straightforward page. You could even make these pages like the bonus thank you pages that you put on the back end of your lead funnels. And then you just provide a name for that page. I usually use my name in this bonus name, Ryan Stevenson's bonus training or something like that. So people can kind of see from a quick glance that, oh, this is that bonus that Ryan was offering me. One thing though that's important to remember is you may have to load a bonus up more than one time. What I mean by that is when we were looking for the products to promote, on this particular launch at least, there were 3 products that were showing up all having to do with this one product. So these are different items that are going to be in this launch funnel, this total sales funnel. With that said, each individual item in that launch has a separate bonus spot associated with it. So if you want to load up, let's say I wanted to offer a bonus on this particular product. I could load up the bonus on the professional edition right here, but then I would also want to load that bonus up on the basic license. I would also want to load that bonus up on the core edition. That way, no matter which option somebody picked when they were looking at the sales page for that product, they would still end up getting my bonus, no matter which one they purchased. Beyond what you get to see in this initial list of products that you can find when you're going through affiliates and find products, sometimes you won't even see all of the products there that are actually available. There may be some items in the sales funnel that are essentially hidden from public view. For those, you need to go to Affiliates and Affiliate Bonuses. Here you can create a new bonus for any product that you are approved for as an affiliate. So for example, let's say I was going after this one here, one-click image ranker WordPress plugin. And I have a little bonus training that I'm going to be offering along with the purchase of this product. But this product has 3 options available to it, 3 different licenses essentially that people can choose from when they are on the sales page. So I would have to click on each of these individually, this WordPress plugin one, the developer license, and the multi-site license, and add on my bonus. Add my bonus name, add my URL, save my bonus, repeat this process for each of the different licensing options that I want that bonus to be available for. This also gives you the opportunity to get more creative and in-depth with your bonuses if you want to. Some launches have not just the initial product that's being sold, but they might have an upsell or two that's being sold after somebody buys the product. You can offer bonuses for people that purchase a particular upsell, and it's done in this same manner. So I could have a normal bonus loaded up on an actual product. For example, right here, one-click WordPress SEO. There's a multi-site and a developer's license. These would be my front-end options. So I could load up a normal bonus training on both of these. But then, let's say on OTO1, the first upsell, I wanted to offer a different bonus training for people that purchase that product through me. I can use this license option to do that. So each individual product that is included in the funnel, once you get approved for those products, they will show up in this product listing here, and then you just simply have to find the items that you want to be offering those bonuses for. Save them into the system, and then whenever somebody buys those products, they're automatically going to show up under the My Purchases section. You have a product here that you've purchased. You click on View Details. All the way down at the bottom will be a blue button that has the name of your bonus in it. So that's how people go about actually finding those purchases and the bonuses that you have actually offered to them. Now, part of these features that I wanted to show you, one of the other ones is on this same exact page where you are requesting affiliate approval, but it won't actually show up until after you are approved for the product. So you can see right here, I have boxes for affiliate Jvzoo IPN integration. This is really something that you're not going to need to worry about. This is really for more advanced users. So you can get information from Jvzoo sent to a script on your server every time an affiliate sale is referred. That is what this would be for. The add bonuses I already talked to you about, but there's a third box that will show up here once you get approved to actually promote a product. I'll go to a product that I'm already approved to promote, just so you can see what I'm talking about. Here, I have a box that says Autoresponder Integration. This allows me to, if I want, to have anybody that purchases this product through my affiliate link get automatically added to my newsletter list. Now, personally, I do not use this feature, at least not very often. The reason why, though, is because I'm typically only promoting these products to people that are likely already on my email list. I use my email newsletter to send out a promotion to refer some sales on these. So there's not really much of a point in adding the person to an email list because they're already on my email list. The one exception to that might be if you wanted to try to track who had already purchased the product or not. So you could then leave them out of future promotions for that product and just keep trying to get people that haven't purchased it yet to go for it. You can sometimes set up a separate list using this method, but you really don't have to worry about this type of stuff in most cases. A lot of times these promotions that you do, they may only last like a week or so. So unless you're planning on, pushing a product really, really hard during that week, and you just don't want to annoy people that are buying the product, you want to leave them out of the future promotions, you could set up an additional list here. This should be, I only use GetResponse on Jvzoo. However, in your account information, under your autoresponders, where you set up your different account information there, if you set up a different email list, it should still allow you to integrate it with, say, Aweber. With Jvzoo, though, I end up using GetResponse. All I would have to do to create a new account here for a new list for this, I load up my defaults. So this is going to pull up my information here. I can create a new list on this page. If you want to use GetResponse and you want people to automatically get added to that list and to not have to confirm their email before they get added onto that list, you want to start all of your campaigns with this, JVZ and an underscore. Again, this is only for GetResponse accounts, though. This will allow it to use Jvzoo's special single opt-in features. It's something that apparently GetResponse just enabled for Jvzoo, basically. So with that said, unless you want to track people case by case and to actually know, what people have purchased a product and what people haven't, then you really don't need to bother with that Autoresponder integration. If you were trying to refer direct affiliate sales from something other than an email newsletter list, that is one case, though, where you may very heavily want to consider using that feature. Basically, if the person purchasing that product through your affiliate link, if they're not already going to be on an email list of yours, then you would want to be using that feature. So let's say you have YouTube videos that you're trying to refer direct sales on a product for, or maybe you have a blog and you're promoting different products through that blog or something of that nature. Maybe you're running some advertising to try to get direct sales on an affiliate product, which I really don't recommend. I recommend if you're going to do advertising, advertise to put people on your email list and then promote with your email list. That way you get contact with that person more than just one time. But if you did advertise a direct affiliate link to get sales, you could build an email list alongside of that using this Autoresponder integration feature. One last thing I want to point out very briefly here. if you go to affiliates and transactions, you can get a listing of each of the different sales that you refer as an affiliate on Jvzoo. I'm looking at the all-time sales of mine right now. So it's saying I have 7,587 affiliate sales on Jvzoo. This page, while it may initially feel like it could be useful for you, it's really not all that helpful. The reason why I wanted to point this out to you is because of those bonuses that you're going to be offering people. Sometimes when you promote a product to somebody and you offer a bonus to them and then they buy the product, you might get an email saying, hey, I bought the product but I can't find the bonus. If that is the case, I do recommend trying to guide them through how to find that bonus through the My Purchases link. But you don't really want to have to make the person work too much to try to get to that bonus that you're offering them. If it becomes a pain for them, they might consider, not purchasing through you in the future. So if somebody contacts me about an affiliate bonus, I will usually just give them the benefit of the doubt and go ahead and send them a link to my bonus. You can sometimes request things like the transaction ID, like the PayPal transaction ID, and you can try to search it through here. But this kind of comes back to a problem of the person that purchased the product doesn't really have the PayPal transaction ID that you're going to have. Your PayPal transaction ID and the Jvzoo payment ID is really related to that vendor sending you the chunk of the sale. Whereas the customer, they're paying the vendor. So that information that they send you is likely not going to help you out here at all. So I simply wanted to point that out to avoid some frustrations with trying to track down specific sales. Ultimately, if you did want to actually verify that a specific customer purchased a product through your affiliate link, you would have to actually contact the vendor with that transaction information to get them to verify it for you. So the average vendor is really not going to want to be troubled by that type of stuff. Again, another reason why I really just recommend giving the customer the benefit of the doubt. If they contact you about something like this, then just simply send them your bonus URL and assume that they have indeed purchased through your affiliate link, especially if you can actually go and see that you are making affiliate sales. Obviously, if somebody sent you an email like that and you hadn't had any sales, you would know right off the bat that they had not purchased from you. But for the most part, this isn't really something that I try to put too much focus on, but still thought it would be worth pointing out because at some point you will have somebody email you saying, hey, I can't find my bonus that you offered me. And they'll want guidance on how to try to get to that. So I simply just try to walk them through the process of how you find not only this bonus, but also any other bonus that I will ever offer them will be done the same exact way, through that bonus system, through the My Purchases page on the Jvzoo website. That way in the future, hopefully they'll, be able to locate this bonus on their own for additional products. I now want to talk to you about networking strategies for just a few. Earlier on in this class, I kind of began to tell you about the importance of networking with other vendors. This is also something, again, that you can kind of do as you go. You don't have to rush out there and automatically become friends with every different vendor that's in your niche. But over the course of time, as you promote products for these different vendors, I highly recommend using those as opportunities to get to know them a little bit, to let them get to know you a little bit, and ultimately to try to maintain some kind of a relationship with those people going forward. My biggest recommendation to start with, before I get into a few more specifics, is to stick to your niche. This is something that I figured out the hard way early on when I was getting started, and it really took it a while to truly sink in. You probably can think of a number of big name marketers out there. People that are top vendors on Jvzoo perhaps. Um, you might automatically assume, okay, this guy has a lot of sales on Jvzoo. So let's say, for example, we're looking at the most popular products ever on Jvzoo. Peter Rozak, Paul Lynch, Andrew Darius, Dr. Amit. Initially, all of these people might seem like they're the cream of the crop. They're the best people you could possibly connect with. They have the most sales power. They have the biggest launches. So, if you could get a bonus spot on their launch or something, you'd have the best opportunity of building a really large number of subscribers in a short amount of time. If you ever wanted to launch a product of your own, they'd likely be able to refer quite a few sales on one of those products. This is the typical mentality of a marketer seeking to network with other marketers. Who's the best? Who can help me the most? But unless these people are directly involved in the exact same niche that you are involved in, chances are you'll end up wasting your time trying to pursue them. Ultimately, even if you could make really good friends with one of these people, if they're not in your niche, they might not be able to help you and you might not really be able to help them. So again, don't just focus on who is the most popular. Figure out who is the most complementary to what you are trying to do. Those people, networking with them is much, much, much more important. I spent probably a year hopelessly emailing top marketers out there when I had first created, say, my first product and I was trying to get affiliates for it. Huge, huge, huge waste of time because I was contacting the wrong people. I was focusing on who the big people are, who has the most sales, and that's not really what's important because you have to put yourself in their shoes. If you have a guy that's always releasing video products to, marketers, for example, they might not have much of an interest in something having to do with building Amazon affiliate websites. Marketing has a lot of different areas, and you get the best results by sticking with something that your people are familiar with, by sticking to that single niche. And so you also want your networking to work the same way. You want to be promoting products within the same industry, and then you also want to be networking with the people that create those types of products. They're the ones that are going to be able to help you out now because they're the people that you want to be approving your affiliate links, the people you want to be giving you review copies and bonus spots and instant commissions. Down the road, they're even the people that could help you out with cross-promoting a launch of your own potentially. So with that said, seek people out, but be careful about who you seek out. I really don't have much of a need to try to contact these people. I am an affiliate of Videomaker FX. I did contact him once upon a time when the product first came out, and I got a review copy of it and tried it out for myself and actually didn't promote it. That was the extent of my relationship with Peter Rozak. I never really had a need to pursue it further. I realized that there wasn't a lot that we could really help each other out with. I did end up promoting another video creator. I've talked with Andrew Darius a couple of times, and I promoted Explaindio, referred 300-400 sales or something on that particular product. It's not that this product was a better connection than this one. I just simply liked this product better, and I found a way that it could be useful for my customers too. And that's the connection that I made with that product. But ultimately, me promoting Explaindio really didn't do me any good with Andrew Darius. Andrew Darius has told me he'd be more than happy to return a promotion for me because of how well I did for him on Explaindio. The problem is, I'll probably never release a product that his customers would actually be interested in. So in a lot of ways, that network connection that I built there may never do me any good. So that's something to consider at least when you're going through doing your own promotions, when you're networking and building these relationships with certain people. Consider whether or not they can help you out. Yes, that's basically what a reciprocal mailing is. You know, you promote for their launch, you do really well on it, and they're more than happy to return a promotion on one of your launches as well. If you're not ever going to be launching products, if you're only going to be an affiliate, view those situations as situations that you could kind of mold to what will work the best for you. For example, if you're never going to launch a product yourself, but you do really great on an affiliate contest and you've earned a reciprocal mailing, see what other things that person would consider giving to you instead. Maybe they could mail for you, but not to sell a product. Maybe they would mail one of your bonus lead funnels for you. Or maybe you could simply just say, hey, you know, I don't do my own launches, so there's really nothing you could mail for me. But the next time you run a launch, could I just simply get a bonus spot on your launch? Things like that, you know, you can always kind of mold to your benefit if you're not actually going to get into ever creating and launching your own products too. So once you have made contact with these different vendors, when you're going through and requesting approval to promote these products for them, you have a really easy starting point for your conversation. This is really the preferred way that I like to go about introducing myself to a new vendor that I've never talked to before. Show an interest in a launch of his. Show that you want to put forth a lot of effort to promote that launch for him. Introduce yourself. Tell him the positives, the things about you that would essentially benefit them. You don't want to lie. Let me reemphasize that. Do not say things like, I have, a huge mailing list, or I can refer thousands of sales, or any of this crazy stuff, unless you can actually do it. But you don't have to essentially badmouth yourself. You don't have to tell them the negatives that may potentially be there. With a lot of you, you're just getting started as a Jvzoo affiliate. You may not have any sales to go for on your affiliate record on the Jvzoo website. You don't have to go ahead and tell them about this stuff right away. You can simply tell them the things that are going to help you to shine in the best light, as long as you're giving them completely truthful information, and leave out the negatives until it's something that they bring up, or until it becomes relevant. They don't have to know that you're a brand new affiliate, except for possibly the fact that they might see that you don't have sales stats built up on the Jvzoo website. And again, focus on not what they're going to do for you, but focus on what you can do for them when you're first connecting up with the person. There are a lot of marketers out there. There are a lot of people contacting, especially the bigger name marketers, asking things of them, essentially wanting a free hand all the time. So don't approach it in that way. And you won't be initially viewed as, one of those types of people. Approach them from a perspective of, hey, I think we have some similar interests. Our customers, I think, are interested in similar things. I like finding other marketers that view marketing from a more honest, realistic standpoint like I do. And, saying, hey, I really like your marketing style, the whole approach with it. It's something, I've done with my customers for a long time, and, wanted to connect up with you because we seem to share similar values, and, think we might be able to help each other in that regard. I also mentioned this a little previously, having to do with Skype and Facebook, how I recommend for you to try to contact these people, get their contact information through the JV page, as I showed you before, through their launches that are taking place. And then whichever one you prefer, Skype or Facebook, join them up on those networks. And that way you can kind of build a growing portfolio of these different niche marketers that you are friends with on these networks. Also consider that there might be more on both of those sites than may initially meet the eye. You can obviously become friends on Facebook with another marketer. You can obviously add each other as Skype contacts. But beyond that, there are, for example, on Facebook, there are Facebook groups where marketers, where affiliates, vendors get together and they talk. They might release launch announcements and things of that nature. So go and seek that type of stuff out, especially if there is something geared towards your particular niche. For example, there is a really small but tight-knit Facebook group for Jvzoo vendors that specifically release and promote Amazon affiliate products. There's the same type of thing on Skype as well, something that a lot of people don't realize. There are Skype groups, and these are all private. They're all by invitation only. So the only way to get into them is by making some connections with people that are in your exact niche. Become friends with them. After a while, after talking with them quite a few times, and you feel like you might have a little bit of a relationship, ask. Say, hey, would you happen to know of any Skype groups for, you know, for what we do? And just simply see if that kind of stuff is out there for your niche. On Skype, there's at least one vendor group that I'm aware of where 300, 400, 500 different Jvzoo vendors are all connected on this one Skype group, and they all network and talk and let each other know about their launches and let each other know about promotions that are going really great and share useful information with people. They talk about people that are running chargeback scams so that they can help protect each other. And, there's all kinds of stuff like this going on in private in the background that you'll never really know about or get into unless you can actually network with the right people and make friends with them. More so on Skype than Facebook. Facebook, you can usually go out there and at least find that the groups exist. You can figure out who the admins are, so you kind of know the people that you might have to be talking to be able to get approved to join at least some of those groups if they're private groups. On Skype, though, it's all 100% private. It's all 100% by invitation only. So you will need to network with the right people to get in to those right groups. I can't guarantee that there's going to be a group on Skype for every single niche out there, but there's, I'd say, at least a pretty good chance that there is. There's one for Amazon affiliate vendors on Skype as well, and I don't know, there's only 30 or 40 people or something like that in it, because that's really about all the people that create Amazon affiliate products. But they're all connected up together, and they all essentially share information with each other and try to help each other out. And so it can be really beneficial to get hooked into one of these groups. The next thing here, JV contests. This is something that I also mentioned to you previously. This is how you can essentially build a name for yourself. You can tell people, hey, I was the #1 affiliate on this particular product launch. And, maybe the product launch referred over 1,000 sales, or maybe it did 6 or 7 figures worth of revenue or something. Maybe you were able to beat out other big name affiliates. Last year, maybe 2014 or something like that, I believe the #1 affiliate on Jvzoo at the time was Todd Gross. There was a launch that took place right around that same time where I promoted it and Todd Gross promoted it, and I beat him. I got #1 in the affiliate contest, and he was down below me. So I could say, by simply performing that well, hey, I beat the #1 Jvzoo affiliate on a promotion. Even without doing any kind of self-bragging, which honestly I'm not a big fan of. I don't like going out there and saying, hey, I did this and hey, I did that and look at me, I like putting stuff out there and letting people digest it and make their own conclusions from it. But I can tell you from that one promotion where I got a lot of exposure among big name marketers, where they got to see, hey, he actually was beating a lot of these other people that we considered to usually be the best. From that point on, I had people pursuing me to promote for launches of theirs. It was actually a video-related product that I promoted, and so in the future, anytime someone would be releasing a video-related product, they would usually try to contact me and say, hey, we noticed your you do really good with video related products and so on and so forth, and they want to try to talk you into promoting for them. Sometimes they'll even make additional offers to you. Hey, we'll give you a bonus spot, we'll up your commission by 10% or something. Vendors can do that kind of stuff. And a lot of times they will, to try to get people on board with their launches that they think can really deliver a lot of sales for them. So things like this, you obviously won't make happen immediately. These are at least some things to consider going forward into the future, things to work on as you are able to build up a larger audience and higher sales numbers. But it's still good to know about it now. Even a fairly small-time affiliate can break into, say, the bottom of a top 10 leaderboard. And it may not be a lot of money that you win by getting, say, 10th place on a leaderboard, but that extra $50 or $100 on top of whatever else you made in commissions for doing that promotion, it's a nice little bonus, and it also helps to get you a little bit of name recognition gradually, because the vendor for that product is releasing that leaderboard through their email newsletter list. A lot of times they'll post it on Facebook or something like that, and so you can get a lot of exposure for yourself that way, and kind of brand your own name, as a marketer, as a Jvzoo affiliate. One other thing that can be useful, although it's not mandatory, but it is highly recommended, especially as you start making decent money as a Jvzoo affiliate, especially as you consider moving up and maybe even starting to launch your own products. Networking conferences can be super, super, super helpful. The first networking conference that I ever went to was actually after I was already releasing my own products as an Amazon affiliate, creating my own plugins and training courses and things of that nature. Well, I went out to a networking conference that was up in North Carolina, not too far away from me. And it amazed me that what I thought I was going to that conference for is not really what those conferences are about. I went to learn some new information. I was curious about what all the speakers were going to have to say. And, I just thought it would be a good idea to get out there and to see what happened at these things. When I got there, I realized that kind of that high school scenario that I painted to you a little earlier, where you have different groups of people. They're kind of, you have these different circles of friends, and they all hang out together and kind of help each other out in the marketing world. That's kind of when I realized that type of stuff really took place. There are marketers that go to these marketing conferences and they never once step foot inside of the area where they're actually doing speaking. They just go there to hang out with friends, to hang out with other marketers, to catch up with them, perhaps meet some new people, but a lot of times they're there just to stay connected with their current friends that are obviously also marketers. Well, at that conference, I finally met in person people that I had known online for a number of years, especially people within my own niche. There were 4 or 5 other Amazon affiliate vendors that attended that particular conference. And I got to meet them all in person. I got to hang out with them. I got to learn a little bit more about them. Gaz Cooper, Mike McKay, Igor Bourbon, Jeff Hampton, Norma Rickman. At least 5 right off the bat that that were all there that year that I got to meet, and build a little bit of an extra relationship with them. Holly Bond was another one that was there that particular year. So by meeting these people that you may have only talked to on Skype or Facebook a few times, you get to put, a real person to that name. That person then stands out in your mind going forward. You're a lot more likely to consider helping them out in the future. They're a lot more likely to consider helping you out in the future. After meeting those different people, in the future, when, for example, I had launches of my own taking place, those particular people that I had met in person before were a lot more likely to end up helping me out, to promote for me as well. So I essentially kind of built some loyal affiliates by just putting myself out there and getting to know some of these people, meeting them in person. On top of that, though, you'll pick up some really helpful bits of information along the way. Even though you may not learn exactly how to do something, a lot of times at these conferences, you'll learn what to do. Figuring out how to do it, sometimes that's kind of left up to your own devices, unless you want to, join somebody's coaching program to learn it from them. But, if you're the type of person that can kind of take an idea and combine it with the things that you already do to do something a little different, just to try it out, see how it works or not, sometimes you can really hit it big with ideas like that. Once again, that first marketing conference that I attended, just a random person that I met in the hallway and talked to for 15 minutes ended up putting an idea into my head. I got back from the networking conference, put that idea into action, and made $25,000 in a single week because of it. Turns out that person that I met was Mario Brown. You may know who that is as well. Really, really big name marketer. He's actually the guy that said, hey, you should start doing webinars and you should start running membership sites and stuff. I kind of took the short conversation that we had and just ran with it. So the simple friendships and connections that you can make at these marketing conferences can be huge. They can last you for your entire marketing career. But one thing to keep in mind, if you do ever decide to attend some kind of a marketing or networking conference, make sure it has to do with what you are actually trying to pursue. Make sure there's actually going to be similar people that you can network with at that event. If you were just to go to some kind of a general affiliate marketing event, you might have a few people there that are Jvzoo affiliates or vendors, but likely, most of the people there would probably be doing other types of things. Whereas there are actually conferences directly dedicated to Jvzoo. Once every, it seems to be about a year to a year and a half or so, Jvzoo runs their own marketing conference. This coming September, I believe it's September the 16th through the 18th, there's going to be another marketing conference. This is that first marketing conference that I ever went to. They are holding it again this coming September in Raleigh, North Carolina, and I'm planning on attending it. It's called the Warrior event. And so I know I at least mentioned that I would give everyone in this class the opportunity, you'll have more than just this one going into the future, but at least short term, if you are able to make it out to the Warrior event in September of 2016 this year, I'd be more than happy to meet up with you in person there and sit down with you, give you a bit of a private consultation on your business. And obviously this won't be the only marketing conference I'll be attending, but likely will be the only one that I'll be attending for the remainder of this year at least. So the things like the networking conferences can be big to help make those personal connections. Learning some extra information I consider a bit of a bonus for going to these networking conferences, but don't go with the expectation of learning a ton of new stuff. Don't get too excited about the speakers that are going to be there. What I mean by that is typically every single person that's going to be speaking to you at a marketing conference, they might share some useful, helpful information. They might have a very content-driven presentation, but ultimately at the end of that presentation, 95% of them or more will try to sell you something, and it's probably going to be a really expensive coaching program. It might be up into the thousands of dollars. Sometimes I've even seen them go for like huge numbers, like tens of thousands of dollars before with coaching programs like that. So in some ways, those marketing conferences, the speakers in them, they will try to lead you into making purchases. I don't ever purchase any of those things from those conferences. I go there. I will oftentimes watch at least some of the speakers, the ones that are going to be talking about something that I'm interested in, but I'll leave it at that. If I want to know more, I'll just go and talk to them a little bit about it later. So don't approach them with the intention of picking up a ton of new information. Approach them with the intention of networking. That's what I believe they are the most useful for. And at least that's personally where I have gotten the most benefit from them. And I've gone to quite a few of them over the years. That also kind of leads me into my next point and final point here, which is friendly non-marketing chat. Marketers, they do enjoy talking about marketing, but at some point, if you want to take a marketing relationship that you have with a Jvzoo vendor and try to take it to the next level, you're best able to do that by talking about something not marketing related. Find out about them. Do they have kids? Are they married? Where do they live? How long have they, been working online? Do they do other types of work? What are their hobbies? What are their interests? Find a marketer that you really respect. In your niche, for example, find them at a marketing conference, go up and introduce yourself, invite them out to dinner. You can even invite to, it's a really appealing way at least to get someone to go with you. Just say, hey, I've always admired and respected you. Could I take you out to dinner tonight? My treat. Go and sit down with them, talk with them for a couple of hours while you're at dinner. That person will remember you forever. They'll likely become one of your good marketing friends after doing something like that too. In addition to the networking conferences, though, this type of thing, this friendly non-marketing type of chat, can still be applied in the online world. You don't have to just do this stuff at the networking conferences. When you connect with people on Skype or Facebook, talk business when you need to talk business with them. But in between all that stuff, try to engage in normal conversation with them. Find out more about them. Sometimes when you can do things like that and really get to know somebody quite a bit online first, Then in the future, if you go to a marketing conference and you run into one of these people, you already kind of have a friend there. It's not like you're going to a marketing conference and you don't know anybody. You can go to one of these for the first time ever and already kind of have some friends there, already have some personal connections built with some of the people that are going to be there. That can go a long way to making you feel welcome, essentially, when you are there. I can say from personal experience, it's no fun going to one of those things and sitting down at a table by yourself and not really talking to anyone. There was one single marketing conference that I went to one time, and I didn't know, or at least was not friends with a single person there. Not one of my groups, or circles of friends was there at all. And it felt a little awkward at first, but after a while I was just like, you know what, this is a good opportunity to meet some new people. Since sometimes when I'm there with too many people that I know, I have a tendency to not meet anybody new, and I'll just hang out with the people that I already know. And that can actually be, bad for going to a networking conference. You do want to reinforce those existing relationships, but you certainly want to create some new ones too. So keep this in mind. Try to forge as many of these relationships online, at least in the beginning, as you can. And then if you ever get the opportunity to go to a networking conference, then make that your number one goal at that conference. You should be there to meet people and not necessarily to try to learn anything. Now this brings us to our classwork checklist, which is essentially the work that you want to be proceeding through as part of this lesson in the entire series. If you do not already have it already, get your Jvzoo affiliate account set up. Then you'll want to search for perhaps some initial products to promote. Think in terms of evergreen type of products, products where you could not only be promoting them today, but a year from now, that product would still be around and it would still be a viable choice for your customers to be purchasing then. I like putting products like that on the back end of my funnel, where somebody has just joined me as an email lead, and you can go ahead and offer some initial promotion to them at that point. Things that directly have to do with your niche, what your bonus videos may be about. Those can be really great opportunities to put these evergreen type of products in there. Beyond the evergreen stuff though, everything else that you'll be looking for will be new product launches taking place going into the future. So you kind of want to keep an ongoing eye on the Jvzoo website. You can even use the other resources I've talked to you about, such as Muncheye, to help you keep an eye on what launches are taking place. If you can get into some of those private Skype or Facebook groups, a lot of times they will share that same type of information. In my Amazon affiliate vendor Skype group, we keep a running calendar going of just the Amazon launches that are taking place, and that's always available in that Skype group. So there are different ways to go about finding out about these new launches. Simply keeping up with vendors' email lists. If you join their email list through their JV page, you'll find out about their launches through email from them in the future. Use all of these tactics to try to be aware of what the new products launching are going to be, so you can identify the ones that look like they are right for your audience, look like they will be quality products, and then you go out and you contact those vendors seeking review copies and ultimately affiliate approval to be able to promote those products. Finally, you want to network with other vendors that are in the same niche that you are trying to target. This is something you can kind of do initially when you are requesting affiliate approval, but again, also something that should be ongoing work for you, essentially as long as you are doing this type of stuff. You should always kind of be meeting new people and networking with existing people that you already know. Even if you could meet every single person in your niche, as far as people that are vendors in your niche, right now, a year from now, there would be new people that you don't know. So you do have to always keep up on it. There are new people coming into this all the time. Sometimes old people get out of it and stop doing it. So it's good to keep up on this type of thing. You don't have to spend a ton of time on it. A couple hours a week is usually sufficient enough to be able to network with vendors. You may not even have to do it even that much. Even a couple of hours a month may be sufficient with certain people. Just keep people aware of who you are, make them feel like you care about them, and take a genuine interest in them, beyond work and Jvzoo related topics. And you'll find that you're able to build some long-term, relationships with these people. And this is really something that can help to set you apart down the road from the other affiliates, and can really give you some major benefits going forward. It can help you to grow your business a lot faster. So I would now like to go ahead and open up the floor to open Q&A. If you have any questions for me having to do with tonight's class, please feel free to type your question into the chat box for me at any time. Yes, absolutely, Barry. Once you start building a few sales, the approvals get much easier. And as long as, you're doing the marketing right, it all just starts to kind of snowball. At this point in being a Jvzoo affiliate, I don't ever fear getting approval for a product. I don't ever fear getting a review copy for a product. In fact, the only time that I ever fail to get a review copy is if they simply are not available. And what I mean by that is there are some vendors that will release a launch date and say, they're launching this product on this particular date at this time, except the product's not done yet. They are still working on it. And certain vendors, you will start to kind of notice a trend that they're never going to have that product available until it's actually launch time. Some of them work on it up until the moment that the launch begins. Personally, I've come to kind of avoid vendors like that. It's really hard to try to put together an in-depth promotion for a product like that when, they don't have a review copy available a few days or a week ahead of time. They might try to send it to you a couple of hours before the launch begins or something like that at the very best. So, I try to avoid vendors like that. Other than that, though, as you mentioned, it's just kind of a snowballing process, and things like affiliate approval after you get, a little bit of sales and experience under your belt, it will become a thing of the past that you just don't really ever have to worry about again. So, those types of parts of today's training class, are definitely more geared towards people when they're first getting started out. As far as the whole affiliate approval requesting process goes, I still do it the exact same way that I just showed you guys how to do it too. I still contact the people privately. I still get a review copy ahead of time. The only difference might be that if I don't know the person at all, sometimes I will send my affiliate request first. What I mean by that is first I might go here on Jvzoo and fill out this box and just be like, hi Sean, I'd like to promote this to my customers. I'm sending you a private message on Skype. Thanks, Ryan Stevenson. So I might go ahead and send this first, and then I might send them the private message on Skype or Facebook or wherever I'm trying to contact them at. The only reason, though, why I might sometimes send in my request first instead of contacting them in private is simply because of this page here. When I make a request on here and they can see my sales numbers, they're a lot more likely to, take notice and pay attention and maybe even try to jump through some extra hoops to try to make sure I'm actually going to be promoting this for them. That's, again, more for people that may not know who I am. If it's a vendor and I don't recognize their name, I might use that tactic just so they get some initial indication. Whoa, this guy can send a lot of sales. When I request, it'll say, under this sold column, it'll say 7,500 plus. So that alone gives me some, pretty heavy weight to go by. I'm not really sure what my member length count or my refund rate is as an affiliate, to be honest, but I know I've been a member for many years on there, and I doubt my refund rate is very high. Yep, just focus on your audience to get started. As you build a larger audience, you'll be able to refer more sales. As you're able to refer more sales, you kind of increase your power as an affiliate and actually open yourself up to even more potential to build leads and to grow your income, where you can start getting the bonus spots with ease. You can start building your audience even faster, which then in turn helps you to earn even more off of your affiliate promotions. So once you get this whole thing going and kind of just get the whole process figured out and get a rhythm going, it can certainly start to snowball rather fast. Yeah, I'm sure more questions will come up as we get into all this. With the next class coming up 2 weeks from now, we will be getting into doing our actual bonus creation, where I'm going to be teaching you guys, once you get that review copy in your hands, what do you do between getting that review copy and being ready to send emails out to your customers to, try to get them to purchase that product. So we're going to be doing everything in between those two spots in the next class. And then the final class will just get us into doing the actual emailing. And then you guys will be armed with every piece of my entire strategy at that point. You're quite welcome, Barry. Glad you enjoyed it. Is there anyone else out there with questions for me today? If you do, please get them into the chat box for me in the next minute or two here. If there are no additional questions, we'll be shutting down here shortly, but I don't mind at all sticking around if you do have questions for me. You're quite welcome, Joe. Not a problem at all. Thank you, Brian. Hope you have a great weekend as well. Thank you, Laura. I appreciate it. Yes, yes, Barry. We are now getting deep, and it's putting the meat on the bone. The next course, the next class, I guess, will really be that's kind of the bulk of it all. Beyond building the audience, I think next week's class is probably the second most important part of the whole process. But again, for that the second most important part, and even for the first most important part, those are the parts where I'm providing you guys with the plugins, so you can essentially duplicate my strategies. So hopefully it'll take a lot of the extra strain and burden off of you for getting those campaigns put together by being able to use those solutions of mine that I provide you with. Well, I thank you all again for coming out for today's 4th Jvzoo Masterclass, and I look forward to seeing you all again 2 weeks from today for class number 5. In the meantime, if you are at the point in your training where you would like to be able to run some more information by me, get some more feedback on what you might be working on at the moment, as always, you can schedule your private coaching calls at your own convenience through the members area of the website. You get to have a total of 5 of these coaching calls throughout this entire series, and again, you know, you're welcome to kind of schedule these whenever you feel like they're going to be the most beneficial for you. So for some of you, I may be talking to you over the next couple of weeks, and if not, I will be seeing you again 2 weeks from today for the next class. Have a good night, everyone, and I hope to chat with you again soon. Thank you, Barry. I appreciate it. Hope you have a great day as well. Bye, everyone.